Hi everyone, I'm back with another interesting video as Wi-Fi hacking. So, in this video or in this slide, we'll learn about Wi-Fi hacking, and this is the Wi-Fi hacking part 2. If you missed the Wi-Fi hacking part 1, you can find that video on this channel. But here I'm going to start with another interesting of the Wi-Fi part 2. In this slide, we're going to learn about attacking on WAP, WPA, WPA2, and fog authentication attack, then replay attack, then desynchronization attack, and evil team or fake ARP attack. So, as in the previous video, we learned what is a Wi-Fi hacking. So, let me brief again it. Okay, suppose what happened if you're using a router in your office or in home and you find your system is compromised, that which connected to your Wi-Fi network or router. Your data has been deleted or your data has been stolen or your confidential information has been compromised by attacker. And definitely attacker has your files, emails, folders and network resources. So this is the brief introduction about the Wi-Fi hacking. But here in Wi-Fi part 2, we start with attack on WEP, WPA and WPA2. So let's start it. It's attack on WAP, WPA2 and WPA. So there are basically three main wireless protocol that we're using. WAP, that stands for wired or wireless equivalence privacy. WPA, that's a wireless or Wi-Fi protected access. WPA2 is an advanced version of WPA. So here we understand with this scenario which defines the how WAP, WPA, WPA2, the definition goes with it. So suppose if you have these kind of stuffs, wallet, bag, lock and locker. So which is the safest and which is the least vulnerable and which one is strongest authentication? So as you know, using a purse or bag is less secure, and using a lock system that's better than it's a WEP, and banking locker is secure than above all. So we can define it as less secure, that's a WAP, because it's easy to deploy and the no protection against replay attack. And but the WPA2 that's perform the four-way handshake and also perform the data integrity, and WPA2 that's blocked with the encryption protocol, that's the CCMP and AES. So this is the brief scenario how we'll relate to the WAP, WPA and WPA2. On next slide, we have the brief definition about it. If you go through with the WAP, as we know, it's a wireless equivalence privacy. It remains highly vulnerable and which is easy to break, and it provides the confidentiality over the encryption of the frame body. So it's not recommended nowadays, it's now obsolete. The next one we have WPA, and so WPA offer much better protections than WEP because it comes with the purpose of solving the problems which we are having in the WPE method, and of course it has all improvements and weaknesses in WPA. The third one we have a WPA2. It is the most authenticate and it will providing the authentication using the EAP TLS protocol, and is the latest and greatest Wi-Fi security which provide better than WAP or as well as WPA. So here we go with the attacking on WAP, how we can attack on the wireless equivalent privacy protocol. First of all, we are using the Kali Linux, as you know, Kali Linux to exploit these all WAP. First of all, we need to run the above below mentioned commands that we are using. That commands, you know, that execute with the to hacking of your WAPT protocol. The first of all, we're using with the airmon ng. Let's start WVLAN 1. Let's start with the air dump on the specific channel. Another we are using with the channel BSSID, our MAC address, which targets the access point. And the third one is we are going for AirPlay and client address as well as our MAC address, and which can attack on the frames, at least need about 40k frames, 40,000 frames or packets to break the WEP. So by using Kali Linux, we can break or we can hack the WEP. And next we have how we can break the WPA protected protocol. Same, again we are using the Kali Linux machine. In Kali Linux machines, we using the different command with the airmon ng, that starts with the WN0, and the extended command, that's the air dump ng channels. And these above all commands will put our network card into monitor mode. Then we'll go with another advanced command using the aircrack ng by using our word list file that we have the already database with the collector of passwords. So it can break the password by using the dictionary attack. So we can use the genpmk command as a word list file, or as a genpmk as a MAC address. So by using this attack, we can easily attack on WPA protected protocol. Next, we can clearly see we have a fog authentication attack. The fog authentication attack is nothing but showing our identity as a fog, or we are showing our identity as a fake. So our identity can be hid, or it can remain secure, so no one can trace us. As we know, in our practical scenario or in real life scenario, we have in the practical we have a fake MAC address, or we can say we can use as a fake ID or fake ID for our using driving license. We are using our residence ID, and that will hide our original ID or original MAC address that we're using in protocol. That's a 10FO 058711932 we are using in our protocol. So this is the original one, which will not be disclosed in our practical, and we'll replace it with our fake ID, and comes with under the fog authentication attack. So this is the fog authentication attack. It means we're hiding our MAC address by replacing the another MAC address. And we have a replay attack. We discuss this later, what is the replay attack. But here the replay attack requires first method is the packet injection, then capture the packets and just analyze that packets using the Wireshark and having the file of the .cap file extensions, using the air dump -ng command in Kali Linux. As we can see in our practical, we have plenty of our data going through with the Wireshark. We can see it on our read mode. There's 1022 bytes and read mode under modes, so on. And here comes with the replay attacks functions. Simply we need to just need to check what the authentication is going on. After analyzing all the packets, it gives us the ASCII 1 2 3 4 5, which is highlighted in red arrow. It means we capture that ASCII key, and the key is found. That's a 31 32 33 34 and 35. Now key is found. After then we can execute the command, or simply we can say the replay attack is referred to, or is known as a playback attack. It's the form of the network attack in which the data is fraudulently repeated by attacker. So let's understand with an example. If we have a server, we want to access any server, or we want to access our target system. First we need our client to whom we want to access as a legitimate, or it's the original one. The second one, once we communicate with our server, or source is communicated with the destination, the connection is established and handshake is properly performed. So they are exchanging the data with each other. But here is the attacker comes between, and what he is doing, he's simply just monitoring and capture the packets what's going between the client and server, and by just manipulating or tampering those packets, he can simply tamper the data for delays or fraudulently repeated by attacker. So this is the scenario about what is a replay attack. Next we have a desynchronization attack. This is another form of attack which is as the RFID related as radio frequencies, and which simply change the media content in its there's in your domain in the frame of the removing of your insertions or replacement of your pictures, shiftrings. So this is a desynchronization attack. We can understand with the scenario in real life scenario, or in a practical we can say the hacker established a connection with the server which is look like as a real client, but the client is not established the connection on the port until hacker is disconnected. Meanwhile, if legitimate user try to access the system, the server simply say it's already been used, please disconnect the first. So we understand with the further scenario, we have a server and we have a real client who want to access the server in proper manner, or we have a hackers. So what hackers perform his task? The hacker is simply connect with the server like a real client, but it's not the real client, it's just using the virtual connections. On the same time, when client want to access the server, the server display the message it's a busy or already connected, but actually is not connected, but hacker has performed by his hacking task or skill. He just makes a virtual connection between. So this is a desynchronization attack. That means the connection is been established by hackers, but it is not. It's connected as a virtually. When the real one or real client want to access, it's showing that it's already connected. So this is the desynchronization attack. And now we are going to turn with your evil twin, that is also known as a fake AP attack. Evil twin is nothing but it is a fake access point. In the Wi-Fi terminology, is as a mimic point, or it's just hiding itself, showing to lure our attackers to access this system. So we can say the evil twin information security is a fake rogue wireless access point. So we will later on discuss what is the evil twin and how it performs the task. But here we're using the Kali Linux, we're using the tool air.dawn. So we try to understand what is the evil twin. That's the basic concept of evil twin, how it performs, how it works, and what is the flow of that evil twin attack. Simply, we have a dedicated access point where you have a router, we have a dedicated point where you're broadcasting our internet, and we have a user who want to access our wireless access point. Simply he use it, but for the attackers, we perform our duplicate, or we're just performing our fake access point. So it just looks like our dedicated server, but it is not. It is a fake access point. When attacker wants to communicate, or attacker wants to connect to our Wi-Fi router, it simply attack on fake access point. The fake access point, which will capture all the logs of the attackers and capture all the data's IP or their MAC addresses, so that we can perform the trace of the attacker from where he's performing attack. So this is the evil twin attack concept, how is it works, and then let's step for the next. We're going to start how the evil twin attack is happen. But surely this is only for the tutorial purpose or education purpose, so don't perform any illegal activity with it. Now we're performing the evil twin attack. First of all, we are using the air.dawn in Kali Linux. We just execute it. Just start with the configure and self-initiate it. We just need to configure. We just sit back and just need to give some options how to perform next. The next script will check your Wi-Fi connections, check your Wi-Fi adapter card, and it will self-initiate it, and it will go for the next stage in asking for the which card you are using. Another screen will come. The screen will help you how to perform the tag with your options and which option you want to use. You want to use in the script, using through the auto mode, using for the another mode, for the interface mode. There's a lots of option here. You're using from 0 to 9 or 10. We can use our option according to which we want to perform attack. Here we're choosing the option 2, that is a select the another network interface. The selecting of this option, we have the another window appears. If you're asking for the select an option from the menu, which is a select the network interface card, we need to go with our choice and selection which we want to use, and after that it will asking for the select the target. It will show you the list of your MAC addresses. That means the whatever the connection is connected with your Wi-Fi, it will show all the connections that is using or that is running with your network. You just need to specific, you just need to select the target you want to attack, and just note down that the MAC address or a serial number whom you want to attack. So this is the great tool we're using air.dawn on Kali Linux. After that the attack is performed, it will show us the BSS ID, shows the MAC addresses and their channel. We just want to select which channel we want to attack and getting the information, and once we select it, that our target, it will check for the another process and performing the handshake, and later on it will check for the what are the BSS ID we have given to him or we have selected our target. It just attack on it by using its inbuilt scripts. So this is the great tool we are using in air.dawn in Kali Linux. And finally it gives the output, giving the output the what types of BSS ID is running on, what is authenticate, and what is the BSS address to target the networks. And just wait for your handshakes. When the handshake is completed, you can just press the Control C, or you can just press for the next screen when it shows you the handshake is performed properly. And after that you can select the page you want to attack on it. It's selecting the language and options are going on. We're using this tool, and which will capture the network credentials. It will try to capture the network credential itself by using its inbuilt database, and goes for the attack and exploit the network you want to attack you have performed on it. And after it will scanning all your network activities, it will gives you the output in a text file. Simply you can just go and check the text file, the password and the keys. It will perform you the keys. It gives the keys that what is the key of the network. So simply you can go and simply you can watch the keys of your Wi-Fi network you want to attack. So this is all about the basic concepts of the Wi-Fi hacking. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time.